World of Warcraft Lingo, Beginner's Guide to WoW Words and Phrases, Part 1. Hi, I'm Kelsey, and today we're going to be going over World of Warcraft words, phrases, or lingo, and what they mean. I've been playing WoW for 2 years, and I'm going to share with you guys what I've learned. Today is Part 1, and we have phrases that relate to characters or players, phrases that relate to consumables and items, and lastly, phrases that I have put into the other category. For your viewing pleasure, here is my depiction of Megaera from Laughing School. A shout out to Megaera for subscribing and commenting on my YouTube video. Who knows, you could be next. Subscribe and comment below, and remember to leave your character name and server. If your comment stands out, you just may find yourself in my next video. I'm a small-time content creator. At the time of creating this video, I have 52 subscribers on my goal to 100. Thank you all for your support. My goal is to foster a community of helpful people to get new players introduced into Mythic Plus. I also stream World of Warcraft content and art over on Twitch. Let's get into it. First off, WoW characters and players. Main. This will refer to your main character, the one you pick and play most of the time. Alt, your alternative character. Tank, heal, DPS refers to what specialization you will play during combat. DPS is the damage class. Tank and heal are pretty self-explanatory positions. Pug, or pugging. Pug stands for pickup group. This is used as a verb to describe the act of using the pre-made group finder to form or join a group. Often you are running with other players you do not already know. It can also be used to describe another player. They are a pug, meaning someone you found that you don't know. PvE. PvE stands for player versus environment. In the PvE section, you will be up against computer AIs, not other players. PvP. PvP stands for player versus player. BG stands for battlegrounds, where you will fight against other PvP characters. Boss, the main big bad guy that you will be fighting in PvE content. Adds, additional enemies that will spawn during boss fights. Pat. This refers to a walking mob that pats back and forth. Mob is a generic term for any non-player entity whose primary purpose is to be killed for experience, quest objective, or loot. Basically refers to the bad guy. Items and consumables. BOP, BOE stands for bind on pickup and bind on equipment. You can never trade BOP items with other players, but you can auction house BOE items or trade those with other players. BIS means best in slot. When someone says BIS, it means that it is the best available gear for that slot. iLvl stands for item level. Higher the item level means more stats. Mats, it means materials. Items that you need for trading. Pot stands for potions. Someone may ask if you have healing pots, which I recommend always having and setting to a keybind, or invisibility pots or invis pots. Flask and Oils. These are items that can be crafted or purchased at the auction house to increase stats temporarily. Cookies. Warlocks can create health stones that members of the group can take and use as needed. These are consumables that increase your health that you can use during combat. Other. These are phrases I ran into while playing WoW that should be mentioned, but I could not quite determine what category. If you have an idea of what they should be, comment your idea for the category below. Details, damage meters. Details is an add-on that tracks many abilities most commonly used for ranking damage done or healing output in a group, which is displayed in meters. Logging. This refers to tracking combat on Warcraft Logs, which is a third-party website that records your content that you log to analyze and rank against other players. Padding. Padding the meters often means someone is going above the necessary to inflate their overall score in a circumstance that is not really necessary. For example, your raid leader has called a wipe. Rather than jumping into the bad and dying, Chad continues DPSing the boss so he goes up in the damage meters or looks better on the logs. IO. There's a third-party website, Raider.io. It keeps a database of raid progress and Mythic Plus runs. They have a Raider.io score, IO or RIO, which is a score derived from the sum of your single best run in each dungeon. The score is calculated based on the level of the key and how fast you did it. IO score is essentially the community way of figuring out how experienced you are. Bio. If someone is requesting a bio break, it often means a bathroom break. 1. If you see a 1 in chat, often that person is requesting others to summon them. Sometimes it could also be a 2 or 3 or 1, 2, 3. AFK means away from keyboard, which means exactly that. The player is not at their desk. DC'd. If someone has DC'd, they have been disconnected. I hope this list was helpful. Can you think of more phrases someone outside of WoW would not quite understand? In my next video, part 2, we will be discussing common combat terminology in WoW in regard to raid and dungeon content, as well as player abilities. For example, LOS, PI, AoE, Lust, and CC. Remember to subscribe and comment for your chance at having your character drawn as well. Thank you all for your support, and remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind.